front row. Jeffrey Abbey in the 137 and Paul Conrad in carrot number 23. Row number 2 is Rodney Schweizer in the 74 and Darren Schmidt in carrot number 4. Miles McHale in the 21 and Troy Hansmeyer in 55H on row 3. Then it's Pat Graham in 1G and Levi Vanderweide in the 8 on row 4. Chance Larson in carrot number 95 and Randy Foote in the 37 occupy row number 5. Then it's Dylan Clinton and Brady Williamson in the 18K and 14W. They're on row 6. Chance Hollitz in the 6, Jalen Wettengill in the 91J on row 7. Derek Green in the 32, William Garner in the 7W on row number 8. Johnny Finnewald in the 21F is 17th. 18th is Chris DeJong in the 16S. Doug Keller and Jim Chisholm in the 7 and 88 sit on row number 10. Mason Beck in 0F, Kevin Sester in the 71K are on row 11. Row 12 is Brandon Hare and Todd Ritzler. And then Jeff Tennant in car number 27 is 25th starter. Our final feature of the evening set to come to the green flag off a turn at number 4. Jeffrey Abbey, Paul Conrad off of turn number 4, bring the field to green. At the end of lap number 1, it's going to be Jeffrey Abbey, your leader. Rodney Schweizer second, Paul Conrad third, Darren Schmidt, Miles McHale round out the top 5. Three cars, 3 wide for 6th, 7th, and 8th down the front straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2 is largely every position under protest right now. Good battle for the lead out front between Rodney Schweizer and the 137 of Jeffrey Abbey. Schweizer tiptoeing around the bottom of the racetrack, gets some help from Darren Schmidt with a little shot in the shorts, but it's Abbey who leads at the end of lap number 3. Jeffrey Abbey now out in front of Rodney Schweizer. Darren Schmidt rides in the 3rd spot as those 3 have things sorted out at the moment. Jeff Conrad on the top, or Paul Conrad rather, on the top of the racetrack in 4th. 5th is Miles McHale. He carried number 21. From there, cars still 2 and 3 wide the rest of the way through the field. Pat Graham trying to challenge to the inside of the 8 of Levi Vanderweide. Graham in that Camaro bodied 1G down the front straightaway back into turns 1 and 2. Challenge for a 2nd spot on your screen as the 85 of Schmidt now looks to the inside of Schweizer. Has peeled the Schweizer off the bottom of the racetrack and tries to finish the pass into turns 1 and 2. Caught a glimpse of it in your screen. He does, in fact, finish that pass. Meanwhile, behind him, we've got cars 3 wide. Jalen Wettengill, Miles McHale, the 1G of Pat Graham all battling right now. That's for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Wettengill to the inside of Miles McHale, trying to roll into the top 5. McHale now outside of the top 5 as they enter turns 3 and 4. It's Wettengill on the bottom, McHale up top. Here comes Pat Graham as well. Graham content to follow the 91J, this time by the flag stand. Miles McHale way up on top of the racetrack, testing to see if there's anything still left up there or if the modifieds and B-mods have used it all up. Graham on the bottom of the racetrack. Those two, again, battling for 6th and 7th. Now we're 3 wide again. That's for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Hollitz, Levi Vanderweide, Brady Williamson all battling each other down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. We pick your leader up, Jeffrey Abbey, off into turn at number 1. 10 laps down, 15 laps to go, 1.4 seconds the lead over the 85 of Darren Schmidt. Schmidt searching the racetrack, trying to see if he can find a line faster than what Abby's utilizing right now. So far, not being able to get that done. Battle for third between Schweizer, the 23 of Conrad. Conrad has found a little bit of speed up top as he rolls by Schweizer in the 74. Now Conrad up on the flat, going to put it in the wall. Comes off of the fence, is going to lose a couple of spots. Yep, cost him a couple as he's back to fifth now. Just in front of the 1G of Pat Graham. Graham's gotten by the 21 of McHale. McHale under fire from the 6 of Hollins as those two work down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. There's the 14 of Williamson again. The rest of the field, again, still 2 and 3 wide throughout the balance of the field. Looks like we lost the 7 of William Garner to the infield. Garner sitting right there in the middle of the speedway is on your screen at home. Again, we check your leaders. Jeffrey Abbey leads Darren Schmidt. Then it's Jalen Wettengill for third now. Rodney Schweizer fourth. And Paul Conrad still rounds out the top 5. Pat Graham there on your screen runs at 6th. The 7th is Miles McHale. He's having to battle with Chance Hollins, though. Hollins just took over the 7th spot. That's puts McHale back to 8th, but Brady Williamson wants that. So 8th and 9th there on your screen, side by side, into turns 3 and 4. Hollins marching through the middle part of the racetrack. Williamson on the bottom. Williamson this time will take 7th. No, he won't. Hollins had it at the line. Williamson on the bottom. Hollins through the middle. McHale now has fallen back of that battle. So again, battling for 7th and 8th through turns 3 and 4. Check the rest of your field on screen. Again, still double file the rest of the way through. Fantastic racing surface once again here tonight at the Lucas Oil Speedway. And the racing tonight here certainly proves it as Jeffrey Abbey just continues to tiptoe around the bottom side of the racetrack in the 137. 18 laps down, coming to 19 laps down, 6 laps to go this time at the flag stand. Jalen Wettengill challenging for the 2nd spot, drives right by the 85 of Darren Schmidt, so Wettengill able to get that done. Wettengill trying to hustle away from the 85 of Schmidt, so Schmidt can't maybe try to rough him up to take the spot back away from him. 5 laps to go. Jeffrey Abbey in the catbird seat. As Pat Graham has worked his way into the top 5 now. He's gotten by Conrad, the 6 of Hollins, and the 14 of Williamson. Four laps to go for Jeffrey Abbey as he's rolling into turns 1 and 2. Now 3 laps to go. Wettengill slowly closing as the gap was nearly 2 seconds at one point. Now it's 1.3 seconds. Wettengill 0.3 of a second faster. This time by the line, though, has just 2 laps to go. 0.8 seconds the gap, nearly half a second faster. Jalen Wettengill, do we see some late fireworks from the number 91? You see the line he's working through the middle part of the racetrack, drops it off the bottom. Again, distance out of the lead at the white flag, 1 lap to go. That time only 0.2 of a second faster. Abbey off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the final time. Into 3 and 4. Never knew he was there. Never knew he was closing. It doesn't matter. Jeffrey Abbey's going to win night number 2 of the Ironman stock cars here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Jeffrey Abbey, your winner. Jalen Wettengill, second. Darren Schmidt, third. Rodney Schweizer, fourth. And Pat Graham rounds out your top 5. Chance Hall, it's Brady Williamson, Derek Green, Paul Conrad, and Miles McHale, the top 10 here tonight with your stock cars.